Start recording? Stop recording? Am I recording? I wish I had a pause button. That would have been nicer. So, I was going to restart this activity, this project in Android Studio. Instead of closing this project that I got a couple pages already brought up, I'm going to open... No. Oh, that's how you open different projects. So we learned that today. Do this. New project. Empty views. Next. Activity. Switch. Number 6. Yeah, number 6. Been trying a little bit here. One of the tutorials wanted to do everything in Java, and when I got that figured out, I thought, no, I'm going to go with the more recent Kotlin language here, because that's the default language for Android Studio. So we got our project name. Let me capitalize activity. We've got our minimum SDK selected. This is specifically for my phone, this Android 12S, number S. Click and finish. Now, here we go. To get through my firewall again. To minimize devices running. That's my firewall. Granting access. Make it a full screen. Gradle building. Take a moment in which I can introduce myself. Hi, I'm Patrick. I live on Earth. Been here a long time. I'm just starting to wind things down in life, and looks like my Microsoft Defender firewall didn't allow me to pass through. We're not working on an app that requires internet access today. So I would configure manually, but that requires command line code, I think. I've never been a big fan of mushing around inside of command. Gradle sync still in progress. Is it finally done? Okay. Restart here. Okay, folks. We finally got our new project open. The Gradle has taken its time. We are at main activity. Here's our design view. Here's our little toggle to select how much you want to see here. If you want to see that blueprint, there it is. Right here, select design surface. Here, orientation for preview. I guess that's landscape or portrait. System UI mode. N. That must be night mode. Must be a button to click to see how your project looks with night mode engaged. So, we're going to get rid of the blueprint page. Just stick with the design page. And we're actually not even going to look at design page. We're going to look at the code. Now, at first, it took me a long time to figure out how do I make a new page. Do I just name one up here and say new? Or somewhere in here it's new. And what I have discovered is that there's a layout inside of resources. If you right click on layout, click on new, right here at the top of this list, at the bottom half of the menu is a new activity. And this list in white, those are all the same activities we got to select from at the beginning of when we opened up our new project. So here's empty views activity. We're going to select that. Now the naming of this is going to be very important because I've already got some names I want to use. Automatically, you start with main activity.kotlin. What it wants to give you for a second page is main activity 2. What I want to use instead is second activity. And this is just because AI said so. Second activity. Activity sec, and then the layout name, instead of activity 2, it's now activity second. Package name, source language, finish. And just like that, with one right click of the layout over here, with one right click to new, to activity, to make as many pages as you want, apparently, as long as you have some way to navigate between them. Main activity, this one still says hello world. We're just going to leave that in there for a minute. Second activity, .xml says nothing. I'm going to bring up the code view. Second activity.kt and main activity.kt. Now we're going to go back to our friend ChatGPT and make sure the names, I got these names down, or else the names change in the code and then things start breaking. So we've got activity main underscore main, activity sec underscore second, main activity.kt and second activity.kt. Wonderful. Everything is clear and organized. We can now proceed to add code without needing to rename anything. And a second ago I said, okay, suck it to me, baby. So what we're going to do now is ask ChatGPT to provide us the code for 2 activities that each have a button allowing navigation to the other activity. If you word this properly in your question, it starts to give you code. This code adds a button to navigate to the second activity. Copy code. Put it over the whole thing. Put it over the whole thing. Paste. And now we have a button. We have a button ID. We tell the button to wrap. I'm going to tell a button to match. I'm going to tell the button. So here's all these constraints. It's using a constraint layout, so I shouldn't use too much padding, I think. As you can see, we run smack up against the edge. Here we can set some padding of, say, a 32 on the one side and 32 on the other side. And now we're not hard up against the wall of your device. Back to code. Back to our friend, the code, the biggest brain in the room. Second activity. Activity underscore second dot .xml. Copy code. This contains a button to navigate back to the main activity. Okay, so activity second, looking at our code. We pasted the wrong code. We pasted the wrong code. On the wrong first activity. How did I do that? Activity underscore main. Copy code. Activity underscore main. Slap it all over and paste it. We got our button. Such a little window. I think I got lost in all these little windows. Second activity, the second. Activity the second. See where it says go to second activity? That should have been on the first page. Highlight it, paste all over it. Now our Android text on the button says go to main activity. So back to our friend Oz. We call him Oz. This is main activity .kt, main activity.kt. Everything except my package name. I named it. I was going to say, what did I name it? Alright. Example package name has to go or else that'll really confuse things. One package name shall rule them all. So, do we have main activity, second activity, copy code, copied it says. Second activity, everything but the package name, paste all over it, remove the sample package name, bonk. Now, see if we see any red text. Nothing in red. Nothing in red. Nothing in red. Nothing in red. Bring back my device. Since we didn't see anything in red, I'm going to skip file, build, and rebuild. This is like a debugger that if you run it before you actually run your app, the Gradle builds faster. So let's rebuild it. Anyway, the Gradle build is going to do running things. That was my phone saying it's charged to 100%. That had nothing to do with anything else. Okay, while we're whiling away our time, I'm going to count from 100. 100, 99, 5. Oh, look at that. Well, Build Analyzer detected new build performance issues. We could improve the build performance but our Gradle build finished. And so I have high hopes here. We have not had to listen to somebody go on in an accent that we can't understand, or alternatively, some computer voice. I'm not a computer voice. I'm me. So let's go ahead and run our app. Let the Gradle build again. Launching on device. See what I said? Running the build first. Now it's already launching on my device. Boom. There it goes. So, going through your build and rebuild first. Just like that. Stuff happens. So, we're looking at our front page. I can use my mouse to click the button, go to second activity. It actually worked. We're on page 2 because it says go to main activity. Go to second activity. Go to main activity. I've had so much success in the last, how long did it take us to do this? 17 minutes. 17 minutes. We actually got something to work the first time. I'm really excited. This helps me plan towards how I want to, excuse me, lay out. I got to do a murder board, to lay out these apps that I want to build. One of them is going to be something like a book where I'm going to note amazing things that have happened to me in my life. And the other one is going to be, well, I'm not going to go into that yet because you can already get one of those. I'm just going to rebuild it. I'm going to, it's something like a timer. So, my friends, thanks for stopping by and watching me succeed for once in less than an hour, in less than 3 weeks. I hope this helps you all along with skipping over this, learning Java, learning Kotlin. Just skip right over it. Go to, as a matter of fact, right in here is built, where is, well, there's CodeUmate. Well, that's for tests. Here's Gemini. Right in here in Android Studio. I forgot where I was for a minute. See, my brain is dying. Right inside of Android Studio is an AI called Gemini, and you can ask it to provide you for code, and it will happily do so. Take advantage of this. I didn't come here to learn how to code. I came here to be successful in it should be no different from sending an email with an attachment on it. Maybe you use a little Photoshop first. Photoshop is a little complicated. This is complicated. This Android Studio, yes. There's a lot here. That's why I'm using the tutorials to familiarize myself with it. And I hope you're getting familiar too. So like and subscribe if you like and you want to subscribe, or come back and watch again as I find other tutorials that I skip right over and go to ChatGPT to get it to work. Have a great day. How do I click out of here? And there we go. Bye.